local history, local culture, local events, your community. This is the Joe Kelly Show.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Dave Didike joins us. This is part 2 for Dave. Dave was with us last week, and I just had too many more questions to ask. Dave was nice enough to say he'd come back, and we'd do it again. Don't forget that cnyhomepage.com has that show. So if you want to go look at part 1, you can. Don't do it right now, though, because we're going to have part 2. But before we do that, we're going to say, Dave, welcome. Thanks for coming back.
Well, you're welcome. It's nice in a short TV career to have a sequel already.
Yeah. Don't give up your day job, but you did give up your day job. You retired after 40 years with the Observer-Dispatch, 47 years in journalism all told. And so it's been a few weeks since you've been retired. Do you miss writing every day?
I don't miss writing every day, but with so much going on and with what I did for so long, you get the itch to comment on stuff, and then you're not doing it anymore. So
yeah, but
it's there's still a lot left unsaid.
Yeah. One of the things that an editorial writer, which you were an editorial writer for the OD for how many years?
It was probably over 20.
20.
Yeah.
I guess it's similar to writing a column. I wrote a column for a lot of years. And I don't miss that either, Dave, every day. But what I do miss is when something happens and I'd say, oh boy, somebody ought to write a column about that. And nobody does. That's when I miss it.
Yeah, that is an issue sometimes, and you just wanna sit down and dash off something about it. But the daily pressure is it's nice that that's gone.
Were you a fast writer, slow writer?
As far as typing went, I was a hunt and peck guy. Never really learned typing. But as you know, I'm sure, the more you do it, the quicker you become, and you do get to move along pretty rapidly when you're hunting and pecking. As far as it would depend. There were times when I'd get fired up about something, and I'd actually be if I wasn't in the office at the time. I would phone in some stuff to myself because I have some thoughts, and as you well know, you never. Sometimes you can't. I can't anyway. Recapture the exact thinking that you have at the moment, and so I would quick call my office phone and leave a lead or something, mm-hmm. or some points that I wanted to make, and sometimes you write an editorial in 5 minutes because you were so fired up and you knew exactly what you wanted to say about something. And other times it'd take you 2 or 3 days.
Do you ever write an editorial, Dave, that you look back at and say, well, I wish I hadn't written that one?
I'm sure there was. I can't think of any, none come to mind right now, but I'm sure that was the case. There are columns as well, or you'd write a column and you'd say, I guess I didn't quite hit the nail on that one.
I have a long list, Dave. The response from the public. You must have gotten strong responses to various columns, editorials over the years.
Oh yeah, there were very. We have a very. That's what's, and that's what made the job interesting, fun. Sometimes very difficult. We have a very engaged community. Our community is extremely engaged. We have, there's the certain, every week, every month writers, letter writers, commentators, but there's also a wide range of people who weigh in on different topics as issues arise, and that always pleased me to think that like we would always get lots of letters and things, and depending on what it was, But the community is engaged, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that has a lot to do with the fact that the community has moved forward from where it was. When I started at the paper in 1979, downtown was pretty sad. You'd walk by vacant storefronts and you'd think, oh boy, and you just keep thinking that there's something better here somewhere. And to his credit, I think Mayor Palmieri has he's a salesman, and he sold Utica, and he's my hope is that when we come out of this crazy crisis that we're in, that we can pick up where we left off, because we were going pretty strongly, and I think there's still a lot of good stuff happening despite the slowdown, but we need to pick up where we left off and move ahead, and I think we all should hope and pray that happens.
Well, when you say that, I think of the work that was being done on the Nexus Center next to the auditorium, and they were going great guns, and then boom, nothing now. You drive by there and nobody's even working on that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be big for our area. I know the mayor was in your seat a few weeks ago, and he was talking about the Nexus Center. He was talking about a pedestrian walkway to go from the Aud in that area over to Harbor Point. I mean, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, you could see some. I still drive downtown at least once a week because I was part of that for so many years, watching it grow and seeing different things happening, and besides that, with all the construction going on, I want to make sure I don't get lost when I do go down there again. So I go down there. I take a drive down at least once a week just to keep an eye on things, and I see that they are developing one piece of land over where not too many people. You and I, Joe, know where the old James Hotel was.
Yeah.
Over in that area, which is the link between that, across from Commercial Travelers on Whitesboro Street there to Harbor Point. And I'm wondering if that isn't part of the beginning of some sort of transition to get over to there.
Well, we're going to transition to a commercial, so sit right where you are, Dave, and we'll be back. Short break, right back. Dave Dudayek's our guest.